Hi everyone, g'day. It's Jeremy Scrivens here. Come a long way from Melbourne, Australia to Nottingham, UK. That's where it's the home of Robin Hood. And it's a beautiful day. Look at this, unbelievable day. Sun shining, spring's happening. Who would want to live anywhere else? Okay. So I've had the privilege of spending a wonderful week with the guys here at MHR People First. It's a technology company that is engaged in the future of work and doing some very exciting things. Here's my new friend, Andy Davies, yeah? And Andy's been working with me on starting up only the second social room in the world, right? And the first one's at a Civico, our guys in Birmingham, Civico, division of City of Birmingham. Fantastic, you guys started last year with a social room. What is a social room? It's about engaging your people and your ecosystem at scale to go into the future of work and to experience what it means to be truly using these new tools of social and digital to come together to collaborate and make a difference. So I'm getting excited because it's been a magic week. I know he's excited, but it's not about me. I'm going to interview this guy.
Fantastic, I'm excited.
There's a little bit of noise, that's good. There's a little bit of noise in the background. There's someone doing the road over there. There's someone over here sort of mowing the grass, which seems to be his whole life.
Speak up, right?
Yeah, so speak up.
So speak up.
So Andy, tell me a little bit about you, mate. So what's your job role here?
So my job role here is I'm head of the professional services enablement for People First, which basically means I get the immense pleasure of going out and helping the new partners for People First around the globe really get to understand the product and understand how they're going to go out and consult on it, to help sell it as well, and to really make it a fantastic opportunity and enjoyment for the customers that they're about to serve. So I have an amazing job, seriously.
So how long have you been here with the business?
Do you know what? It's going to be it's 4 or 5 years this year.
4 or 5 years, yeah.
I've lost track. It's flown by. It's flown
so you've
by.
enjoyed yourself, yeah?
Yeah, it's really been a fantastic journey I've been on with the company, and the People First project that I've been working on recently. Just taking that to another level. It's fantastic. Yeah.
So you mentioned People First, and I talked about the social room.
Yeah.
Perhaps do you want to describe what it is that we'll be doing this week? Something really amazing, and just for your own words, what is it? Yeah.
So our social room, we started with Jeremy sort of about 6 weeks ago, and we got a group of us together, and we used appreciative inquiry to really look at who we were, what things meant to us, when we were in the flow as well, and we started to look at our own stories, and actually from that to go away and write our own authentic story about who we were. And to me, I mean, that was like turning the corner and driving down the road. It was one of those moments in life. And for me, my social story had started before that, but that was just like a turbocharging thing.
So I use the term social native, and here is one of the world's greatest social natives. I love what Andy shares on social media. It's authentic, or say in London, authentic, and it's really who he is, who you are. Yeah. But he's sharing because he cares about a vision for the future of work, and also knowing that it's important to get the message out there. There's a lot of stuff around on social media and the press around the negative about the future of work, but this is not a sell thing, okay guys, but seriously, People First have got some technology and an approach to the future of work which is really exciting. If it wasn't the case, I wouldn't be here. Yeah. So but just again, Andy, you are a social native, but what is it? What are your hopes and aspirations for the social room?
So the social room, if I want to sum it up in one word, for me is about collaboration. And it's the collaboration at scale. That's the really exciting part of this. Over the last few months, we've been able to actually write an amazing set of articles and videos and things. And because we're in the social room, because we're all on the same understanding about how we do work and how we want to actually share this stuff as well, it just really turbocharges everything about the articles that you write. Without the social room around some of those things that I've done, actually it wouldn't have got the coverage, it wouldn't have got the exposure, but more than that, actually I wouldn't have made the connections that I've made. And that's the really exciting part for me, is getting the comments back from people, connecting with, having really good, proper conversations with people. And I've had terrific conversations whereby I've told people about what I do, the products that I represent as well, and we've talked about potential partnerships, maybe now, maybe later, maybe not at all, but out of it, some truly great conversations. And that's not only in the UK, that is all over the world.
The thing about social media, I think we've got the word media wrong. It's really about a social community that's
Yeah,
using using digital technology to connect and have conversations. One of the things we did in the Becoming Social sort of syllabus, which we used to start up the People First Social Room, was to ask this question: if you could use social media to transform your world for better, enabling through social media to collaborate with others to do something good for the community, what would it be? What was interesting was that's not the normal sort of question that you'd ask a business guy, is it really?
No, of course not, because that's about actually breaking through, and we just talked about some systemic and extrinsic and intrinsic layers, and that's just pitching straight at the intrinsic layer, isn't it? It's about me, my values, my passion. And when we did this in the social room, I wrote an article about scouting, and for me it was just very simple. It was about actually recognising the good that I'd got from it, and about wanting to say thank you to all of those people that had really helped me out. And I wrote that, and I've said before, these things aren't easy to write because you're passionate about them. Okay, and I wrote it, and I went to see the people that I was really grateful to, and I went and said thanks. And it's amazing what you can do. Now that article, within days, there was 1,000 clicks, and it was shared all around the world. Big representative from Scouts of America and in Australia as well, that people had picked it up and shared it. This had gone everywhere, and it was incredible. Just from little old me sat in Staffordshire there, from this article that really meant a lot to me throughout my teenage years.
So we're talking about in the future of work. I've been writing about this and experiencing some of this now with the guys here at People First, but also Civico in Birmingham and others. That the future of work actually embraces the whole of one's life work. It's not just about work. It's the young kids now using the social technologies, the digital stuff, the analytics, and they have it on their iPhone, and the iPhone is with them day and night, sometimes even in the bathroom. But this is about seeing data as being something that is owned by the person now, and not limited to a particular job or organisation, but you take it with you all the way through your life. And it's also about as you said, engaging people around their personal stories. So if I'm hearing you right, the social room is actually about engaging with people at an authentic level.
Absolutely. As I say, in my work, I use collaboration. We talked about collaboration at scale, but that real engagement, deep engagement, not just a superficial. Okay, anybody can like your stuff, but actually when people start to engage with it, to share and comment on it and follow you because of it, and even just actually send a message to say, hey, I really liked your article, that's the kind of engagement that we really want from people. And as I say, those conversations, I've had conversations with all sorts of people about all sorts of things. This is not about just writing an article to actually sell some stuff. That's the furthest from the truth. For me, I write articles about stuff that I'm passionate about, new things that I've actually found, items that I actually believe in that affect the future of work, and how ultimately I want my future and for my kids to be as well, when they are actually in the working environment themselves. So it's about, in a simple way, writing what you're passionate about, and from that you will get engagement, you will get connection.
And what has surprised you about your journey so far as what I call a social native on social media?
I think the surprise is really the speed that, when you've got a proper social room that's up and supporting each other, the speed that things can happen at, the spread of information is immense. We all know that social media is global, but it's actually, when you see it yourself and it's your article that's been shared all around the world, and you get comments from other people, it still surprises me today.
And what's your personal hashtag?
My personal hashtag is Scouts Say Thanks. And that was born about by the social room and by the article that I wrote, and that's still available on my LinkedIn channel.
So again, just to before winding up, and I could talk all day and spend up saying this beautiful sun, but this is not about B2B marketing, is it?
It's just not. Not at all. And if people think that's what a social room is about, then they're in the wrong place.
Right.
It's not about that. It's about actually generating that engagement and that coverage and that partnerships with people that lead to collaborations. Out of that, they may come some commercial opportunities, but it's not that to begin with.
So they're a byproduct, and they will happen because there's these new connections, but there's also so much more to that.
Yeah, and we've talked about this as well, that it happens through authenticity.
Yeah.
Okay, I couldn't have made up the story that I did about the Scouts. That's not a piece of fiction that you'd have sat down and written. when you've written it, actually it means something to you, then that's when people connect with stuff.
And there were a core group of 6 to 8 people involved in starting up the social room. And one of the great things about that was that we engaged everyone's different strengths. We found out what people love and like and what their strengths are. So, there's not one size fits all. If you like LinkedIn or like to write, if you like to do YouTube videos or Instagram, then that's cool.
Yeah, it is.
If you were to encourage people, who are in business or whatever, who perhaps are, suspicious of social media or maybe don't fully, understand its potential, how would you recommend they get started?
I think the first thing is to actually start having a look around some social media. If you look at LinkedIn, maybe pick a few different people that you know, that see what they've liked, see what they've shared, see if they've actually written an article themselves, and just go and start reading some of the things that are out there, just to actually understand the types of topics that people are talking about. But from that, what you actually get from it is actually how to write an article. There's no recipe, right? There's no right or wrong. And again, you and I have had this discussion many times. There is no rules about what to do there.
The experts say they are, but it's not about being an expert, it's about being a player, isn't it?
It's about being a player, absolutely.
Being a player.
And if you've actually seen what people have done, and you can actually start to make those connections, you start off with friends, with family, with your initial business connections, because actually that's a safe group to start with. You actually again see what they're learning and sharing about. You can then start to learn and sharing as well. And once you've done that, then you're on that track. You then become a social media player yourself.
Well, let me just finish with one question. Well, actually, I'm going to just say one of the things exciting now is that we've got a second social room up and running now. People First in Nottingham, down the road in the sun, and is Birmingham, and the Civico guys there are fired up with their social room. Well, we're going to get these two together because there's so much more we can do. I really recommend that you just check out and take a look at what Andy is writing. Andy Davis is writing on LinkedIn and Twitter, and his videos, awesome stuff. And it'll give you more of an idea of what it is to play and to be authentic. And also, if you want to check out some more around the social room, please feel free to read some of my blogs, particularly around the People First and the Civico series. But I think that's probably it for now.
Sounds good.
We're going to wind up soon. It's been a great week here. I'm off back to Australia soon, and I'll be back again. But thanks very much for the opportunity to spend some time with you this week.
No, it's been an absolute pleasure, and thanks for taking the time to do some videos with us. I know that the people watching these will have we've got something out of it, and I hope today that we've started to spread the message about social rooms. And as ever, if anybody's got any questions about social rooms, then I'd be delighted to hear your questions. I'm sure Jeremy will as well. And remember, the guys at Civico, they're the experts. They're the first in this country. Trevor Haynes, surely.
Trevor and Brad Billen and Greg and those guys there. So fantastic.
So thanks very much again.
Cheers.
Take care, everybody.
Bye.
Bye-bye.